All right, so question number 3, what problems does GTM engineering solve? I would say that GTM engineering solves two major problems. One is that strategy problem, and the other is the technical problem. Okay, so you've got to have the strategy, and then you need to have technical problems that needs to be solved. Right. The first problem that GTM engineering solves is the disconnected system. The CRM, the CDPs, the data warehouses, the product analytics, the web analytics data, all of that, right? It creates one synced system. Okay, the data is being shared, it is being enriched, it is updated, right? For example, if a lead came in, if a lead came into the CRM system like Salesforce, and then the same lead, the same person went to the product, your product, and then did a free sign up, and that data has gone into the data warehouse, right? Or the product analytics data or mixed panel or whatever you're using, right? So now the same person is doing something on the product. The same person is basically, booking a demo call with the sales team. Okay, now these two are siloed data, right? But if you can connect these together, okay, then the sales team and the product team can see, okay, fine, you know what, this person is doing this. They have just done the product sign up for a free trial, and this person is checking all these features. At the same time, this person has also booked the time. Now, contextually, your sales team will be much more equipped to handle this particular lead as compared to, just your sales team just going on a call with no idea about, what the person needs or wants, right? So once you connect the dots, then the strategy comes in. And the use cases comes in. What I just told you is a use case, right? There can be unlimited effective use cases that you can build based on your own business scenarios. So the technical problem that GTM engineering solve is connecting the disconnected system, connecting the outreach and the personalization, on how to do more and more personalization. For example, if the sales team is sending an email sequence, they have more context that this person has already done a product sign up, a product trial, and they have booked a demo, and they have checked out these features. So these information can help feed better personalization when it comes to outreach, right? And then you can also use automation, to do outreach in mass, or run ads, with more personalization and like so on. It solves the problem of slow funnel velocity, right? So if there is a sales velocity which is lower, it can make it faster. It can solve the problem of wasted ad spend, correct? Because it connects the dots. You have more context. When you run ads, you will have better context, better personalization, better ad copy, better targeting. So you will waste less amount of money on ads, and poor account prioritization. So you will know, from the ABM point of view, which account is more important, which account is more engaging as compared to other accounts. So even from the prioritization point of view, it's going to help you. Okay? So these are the technical problems that GTM engineering solves. Once you solve the technical problem, you got to come up with a strategic use cases, right, to go to the next level. Okay, so this is what we solve in terms of technical problem. Okay, disconnected, slow, waste connected, fast, and efficient. How does GTM engineering power ABM 2.0? Okay, and now we move in from GTM engineering to ABM, account-based marketing. Okay, and GTM engineering is playing a very important role in ABM, right? Account-based marketing. So I started my career in ABM like in 2013, 14. It's been 10, 12 years now. And a lot of stuff used to be done manually, right? Scraping, updating, sending outreach email, in-market accounts, finding the in-market accounts, going to the profiles of the people, checking which colleges they went, what kind of posts they are doing, what is the background, what kind of product launches is happening, what is the company annual report. I mean, you can understand the amount of work that used to go do the prospecting and research on those in-market accounts, right? And there used to be a huge BDR and the SDR team who used to work, right, with virtual assistants, just finding out things, right, to stay on top. Okay, in terms of the game of understanding the need in the market, right? And we are talking about large accounts, accounts with 100,000 employees, and maybe 50 decision maker. Imagine the amount of work that goes in, following every one of them, checking what's going on, trying to be on top of the game. So a lot of stuff used to be done manually with virtual assistants and sales teams. A lot of stuff can be now automated using AI agent, right? So, you can build an AI agent to find out the decision makers' history, the LinkedIn post, right? Their positions, the change of jobs, right? The new product launches. Okay, what kind of behaviors they are doing, whether they are visiting your website, your app, stuff like that. So the possibilities are humongous, and you can automate a lot of stuff. That means your SDR team and your sales team will spend more time, talking to the customer rather than doing the back-end job, right? So I sincerely feel that GTM engineering is going to power the ABM more than ever before. And we have come up with a term called ABM 2.0, where we talk about how GTM engineering is going to affect change the dynamics when it comes to ABM. And the term we have come up with is called ABM 2.0. So ABM 2.0 is signal first account targeting, right? So instead of just taking the top 100 accounts and then just sending them emails to every one of them, why not we track the signals? Okay, take the top 100 accounts, see what they are doing. Okay, what kind of product they are launching, whether they are coming to your website, whether they are posting a certain type of jobs, whether they are adopting certain technology like Salesforce. So there are so many signals that are being given out. You can now trace those signals using AI and automation, right? You can build AI agents around it. Trace those signals and push those data. Okay, and then based on the data, you can enrich those data. You can work on that, right? So you can find the intent detection, the signal detection. You can do the segmentation. You can enrich the data, and you can activate ads. You can activate outreach. That means you run ads only specific to those people based on their needs. For example, they have just launched a new warehouse and they are hiring a lot of people for that particular warehouse, and you are a warehouse service company, or you provide products specific to warehouse. Then you can reach out saying, hey, you know what, looks like you have just taken a new warehouse, you're hiring a lot of people, we provide this kind of services and we also have this kind of product. Why don't we go ahead and talk? I'm talking about this kind of stuff. Earlier, I mean, imagine there are thousands of companies, warehouse companies, right, in America or Canada or wherever, and you have to track each and every one of them. Maybe you'll have to put up a bunch of virtual assistants just to do this job, but now you can just create a bunch of AI agents which can do this job in no time, and it can find the intent in the signal, and you can pull the data. They can update your systems, the GTM system, and then your SDR team and your business development team can do the reach out. They can even run ads for that matter, okay, to those companies at the time of the need. That is what GTM 2.0 is all about. And this is where the ABM 2.0 is all about. And this is where the GTM engineering is playing a super important role. Okay, that means the flow is intent, identify, segment, activate, and measure, right? Okay. All right. Now, question number 5. What role do signals play? Okay. That's a very important question. Signal, when we use the term signal, our context is real buyer's intent. Okay. That's what our context is from the B2B growth point of view. What is the buyer intent? Okay. If they are visiting your website, possibly there is an intent. If they're checking out pricing page, there is a bigger intent, right? If they are visiting your G2 profile, they are doing G2 profile research, there is an intent. If they're doing tech installs, for example, if they have just taken a Salesforce, that's an intent, correct? That means they might need Salesforce services. If they're doing job changes or they're doing a lot of hiring, there is an intent. If they're doing a lot of hiring, then possibly, they are launching a new product or a service, or they need some, help in terms of certain processes that they are doing. Funding events, if they have got a funding, M&A acquisition, that's a signal. Social engagement is also a signal, right? They are doing social engagement around certain topic, and you are interested in that particular topic. So that's an intent for you. So the signals can be many. These are just some of them. So signal plays a very important role, okay, on how we do GTM engineering. And based on the signal, as I said, if you go back, first you find out the intent and the signals, identify those signals, push the data, create segments, and then activate. Activate means run ads, run outreach, run LinkedIn outreach, run email outreach, give them a call, whatever you want, you mean in your context, being activated, and then measure. See what signals work and what signal is not working. That's the game when it comes to ABM 2.0 and the GTM engineering. And this is the role of signals, playing into the game. Okay.